Okay, let's look at the basic graphs of elementary functions. All right, so let's look at the first one. All right, y equals x. All right, so y equals f, x is just a linear function, and you can see that the slope is 1 and the y-intercept is 0. So we know that it's a straight line through the origin, and it's like a 45-degree line. So this is the graph of y equals x, right? We know that. And how about y equals x squared, right? So y equals x squared is a parabola. So you can see that it's going to be a U shape. So it's going to look kind of like this. All right. So this is a graph of x squared. And this guy is called the parabola. Right? And this is obviously a line. All right. How about y equals x cubed? All right. X cubed has like a S shape, so you can see that it looks kind of like this, and it gets nice and flat at the origin, and then it's going like this on the other side. All right. So this is x cubed. All right. X to the fourth is going to have U shape just like a parabola, but it's going to be much flatter around the origin and much steeper on the side. So it's going to have a graph which looks kind of like this. All right, so we have that. All right, so it's got a U shape. All right, then you can see that if the power is odd, you can see right hand side is pointing up, then the left hand side is pointing down. Same way here and pointing down. When you have even power, then it seems like it's going to have more or less a U shape. All right. So we can kind of make an educational guess to sketch the graph of, for example, y equals x to the 99th power. All right. So 99 is an odd number, so it's going to have more or less a S shape. Right. Since it's a higher power, it's going to be much flatter around the origin and a much steeper, on the side. So you can see that it's going to look kind of like this, almost like a box. It's really steep and really flat and really steep, right? And similarly, y equals x to the 100th power. So 100 is an even number. So it's going to have a U shape, but it's going to be much steeper on the side and much flatter around the origin. So it's almost like a box, right? So literally, we know hundreds of graphs already, right? So we can do x to the 101 power and x to the 98 power and 99 power, and so on, right? And maybe a fractional power, so y equals square root of x is a good one to know. And remember that because of the square root, domain is all non-negative real number, which means that you're going to have a graph to the right of the y-axis. Right? So you have a graph which looks kind of like this. Right? So this is a graph of y equals square root of x. Right? And the cube root of x is a little similar, but since cube root of x can have a negative value, so you're going to have a graph on both sides. And it looks kind of like this. So it looks like this. Right? It is basically a sideways version of x cubed, but you can see that it's got a similar shape here. All right, so you can probably do cube fourth root and fifth root, but these two are the ones we need to know. All right, and the last one we need to know for this class is that y equals absolute value of x. Right? if you remember, if you have seen the graph of absolute value of x, it's going to have a graph of the letter v. So you can see that it's going to have a letter V shape. So it's going to go like this, and it's going to go up like this with a straight line. So it's got the B shape, right? Right, so these are the basic graphs that we need to know, and after that, in the next video, we're going to talk about how to tweak these graphs so that we can get a new pictures. Right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.